Well, first things first. Out of 10, what is this season's kits?
Oh, the home kit is dire.
Oh, it's
It's
terrible.
that's the worst home kit I've ever seen.
It's absolutely shocking. I think the away kit's worse personally, but
Yeah,
See, I've just bought the away kit because it was on deal. Because
it's like
our
tenner
last,
now, isn't it?
it's our last Nike one, so I thought I'll get it because I prefer the away one, and they've not got the SUFC up the top, which I quite like because it's meant to have the
it's got
add-ons.
the Essex swords as well, isn't it, or something like that? Yeah. Has it not got it?
It's got that. No, it's got that down the bottom. That's all right. But the SUFC that was up the top of the collar, it hasn't got that. So I was quite pleased about that one.
That kit to me looked all right from afar, and then when you see it, it looks like a toastie's been slapped on it. It just looks crap.
It's a bit like when you're pissed. Yeah, it's a bit like when you're pissed in a bar and you see a girl over the other side. You think she looks all right from a distance. You get closer, it's horrendous. You got a toasty slapped on it.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that weird design. I don't really get it.
I'm with you. I think
they
panicked a little bit.
Yeah, because of the uproar of the home kit, they had to stick something on the away kit, and they just stuck that random stripe on it. Have you looked at it up close? It doesn't actually line up with the shirt. It's a little bit off.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
I've not got that close to it.
I get it's not like I actually felt sorry for the marketing team or whoever was on the receiving end of a lot of them tweets last year because it wasn't their fault. Like, they haven't constructed the kit. They're just the marketing team. But there's obviously still someone at the other end of the Twitter account receiving all that abuse, and I was a bit like, because it did bomb. It did absolutely nosedive. Rightly so, because I do think it was terrible. But I did also feel bad for whoever was on the receiving end of all the tweets. But fair play, they've done something about it this year.
Yeah, it was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. So then they thought, right, now's the time. Let's get a decent brand in.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think that was the best news of the season.
Yeah.
Best signing in a long time.
Yeah. Definitely the last 2 years anyway. But I just think that I was looking into it, and apparently they actually go through like the club's history and actually ask you literally what you want, and they come up with a design based on like sort of previous kits. Or if that's what you want to go down, so to speak. But I think it was Charlton went down the route of they wanted a historic kit. They looked at all of their previous kits and they went, well, how about this sort of thing? And you look at their kits; they've had some quite smart kits recently.
As long as they don't look at our kits from the last 10 years, we'll be all right. They go back further than that.
Yeah. Have you been on the historical kits website where it shows all the pictures?
Yeah.
Like the Ensure and Go era, apart from that crazy one that had like the light blue and the fleckly bit, it was all just dark blue kits.
Yeah, the torso is the same for the exceptions to the rule were that one you just mentioned, and then the predominantly white one that we had about 5 years ago. The home shirt, so the season you're wearing now. That home shirt was probably the nicest home shirt we've had in like my time supporting.
I love that shirt.
The torso of everything else since we went Nike has literally been the same. There might have been a little bit of difference in the sleeves, but if you literally just looked at the body, it's just been bland for about 13 out of 15 years. The change was well overdue. We've had some nice away kits, don't get me wrong, but the home one's been so boring. So I like last year's away kit, that sky blue one.
That was really
love the orange one.
I've got that one.
I'm a sucker for it. Nice. I nearly wore that before. No, I'll go with this shocking silver one.
Have you got patches on the side of it as well?
Yeah.
You got patches.
Got the sleeve badges. I've got it printed. We've got Mark Warren on the back.
Oh dear.
I didn't get this one signed.
What would you say is the worst kit we've ever had? That you sort of know of anyway.
I can't get away from this season. I think this season's been awful.
Yeah.
It just looks like a training kit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It literally looks like a training top. Absolutely terrible.
Other than that,
I see one that stands out for me as an away kit is that in Phil Brown's first full season when we looked like Hull in the away kit.
I've got that one with Coca on the back.
Oh, shocking that one.
At the time, I hated that one.
Oh,
I couldn't stand it. So I just burped it. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, we've had some rough ones. Yeah, that stripe one weren't very good. Do you remember? I think it was Paul Sturrock's first season, the dark red away one. That weren't great.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one I haven't got in my collection.
No, I haven't got it either. But even ones that I don't necessarily like, I've ended up with. I don't think I bought this one. I think I got this. It must have been that season you just mentioned, the Phil Brown's first full year.
Yeah.
I ended up with Will Atkinson's away shirt that year. It must have been like a Travel Zone sponsorship thing because that was when I was going to loads of games. So I've ended up with that in a frame. From the back, it looks all right because it's black. But if it was the front, I'd have been like, no, I'd probably have sold it. But yeah, I've ended up with some memorabilia that I don't particularly like. Like this one. I'm not a massive fan of this, but it was our first ever cup final, so I thought, well, I better get the shirt, even though I don't particularly like it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on? Because I was reading apparently next year we're going to have some sort of retro kit, whether that's going to be like just a sort of a one to buy, or whether we're actually going to play in it. But what do you make of that?
If it's not Custard Splat, I'm not interested.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to make a mission here and say that having looked at some of the old kits, I don't think the Custard Splat is going to win that one. But
No.
there's one of them, I think, from 1988, I think it is.
The Furholm.
Yeah, that is an absolute beauty. That
it is
so I think that could quite easily win. I think so. But what do you reckon, is it just going to be just a buy, or are they actually is that going to be like a home kit? Like, I ain't got a clue.
To be honest, I think the penny should have dropped because that got mentioned, didn't it? I don't think it even was a full week before the Hummel announcement. I think it was like 4 or 5 days before.
Yeah.
We'd mentioned this retro range. The alarm bell should have rung there. Like, hang on a minute, are we like potentially moving away from? No, we could have gone Avec, I guess, because the Just Sport thing did give that option, and a lot of clubs have done that because I know Bradford certainly did. I think they're still in Avec now. Doncaster did for a bit, but they've now moved to something else. Crystal Palace did as well. They, again, started in Nike through Just Sport. Then they moved into Just Sport's own brand, Avec. We must have been the only one that hadn't, the only one that was still in Nike. But some of the Avec gear is really nice. But so I'm not sure why we persisted with like the bog standards catalogue stuff that any Sunday League team in the world could go and buy. Like, Sunday League teams are going out looking better than us. It didn't help this year that non-sponsorship thing was part of it as well.
Yeah.
If the current home shirt had the prostate cancer logo still on it, it would have been fine. Or the Insure and Go logo, you'd have got away with it. Like, even this shirt I'm wearing now, it's got like a little jacquard in it. That one you're wearing, it's got a stripe down it. There's something going on. That one this year is just so plain.
It had the little triangles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the triangles.
But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. I was just slagging off the home kit again.
I think we were lulled in with a false sense of security with that one because they put out send in your designs, didn't they? Because I think you sent a load of designs in.
I muck about with stuff like that every year. So I'm always mocking stuff up to like do a Football Manager game or whatever, like change the kits after every year because I basically haven't got a life and I like to do random stuff like that. So I do that every year. Like I mess about with different designs. So when they come out with, we want people to send some over, I was like, I'll just like this. Here's some I made earlier, sort of thing. But I think last year there was definitely a, let's say, crossed wires between bespoke and custom. Because what we've got is certainly not bespoke. They've added like
it's just dyeing on bits.
They've cut a print and slapped it on it. It's not bespoke. Like And you haven't even got to be a big club anymore to have a bespoke kit. Again, we now know we're tying up with Hummel. Well, they had Fleetwood, Coventry. I think they were the only two in this division. They've got Charlton as well in obviously the Championship. Middlesbrough, yeah, they're all bespoke. That no one else can buy that kit. You can't, like, your Sunday League team can't rock up in that kit. That's bespoke. No one else can get it. That's the difference. And I think last year there was certainly a lot of confusion as to either what we meant or to let fans know what they could do.
Yeah.
Because people were coming up with these designs. All of them are really good. Some people were coming out with some really, really nice stuff. There was so much hype around this season's home shirt. I remember they did the thing as, we're going to launch it at 1906. Everyone was, it's going to be a retro shirt. Like, that's the year we were founded. Like, they've done the time like that. Then they launched it and it was like, what's that? It literally, I remember, because I had the tweet on notifications, I opened it and I was just like, just stared at my phone. I was like, some sort of joke.
I thought it was the training stuff at first. I thought we'd announced the training range, and I was like, okay. And no, it's the actual kit.
Where's the real shirt?
Yeah, no, she was like, that's a good joke. Where's the real shirt? That's what I thought. But yeah, I can't get away from slagging it off. But like I say, it's not their fault, but it was just.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I'm not trying to have a dig at anybody that works for the club by saying that. I think they did their best to try and make something out of it. So yeah, whoever's been responsible for doing the Hummel thing, but yeah, well done, because it was well overdue, and people are already excited. We haven't even seen it. We just know we're coming out of Nike.
Yeah,
and people are already buzzing. That shirt will sell. It'll be the best-selling shirt in years. I'm not trying to big it up to fail already, but it will be the best-selling shirt in years just because it's not Nike. We've had
100%.
People must do research. You've got the benefit now of like fans forums like Shrimper Zone. You've got the free ones like Facebook and Twitter. You've got access to a lot of sort of market research from your supporters at the tip of your finger. You must be able to see people are fed up and bored. If people were doing the research, you must be able to see they're fed up. So yeah, I think this next shirt for next season, whenever next season might start, might have to wait a little while. But, yeah, I reckon it'll be a good one. I think it'll be a good seller.
Yeah,
I think you're right in what. Go on, sorry.
No, I was literally about to say I was really looking forward to having a kit that's going to be just for Southend. Like you said, bespoke, just be us. People would say they're Southend kit without even really sort of seeing the badge. They'll just, people that know their football, that is, they'll see it and go, look, Southend kit, that is.
Yeah.
And I think that's just really good, I think.
Yeah, I think what you were saying about how them reading reactions and people's comments to it, I think the outrage and the outcry from the current shirts from this season, I think that must have pushed them to go, right, we need to do something.
I hope it did. In like a nice way, I hope it did. Obviously, like, as I mentioned earlier, certain levels of abuse are obviously way past the mark. But yeah, constructive criticism is definitely needed for like a healthy working relationship. We all do it in our different lines of work. We've got to take some level of criticism to make things better.
Is there any sort of kits that remind you give you a certain memory? Not necessarily a promotion, but just do you look at a kit and you go, I remember this game or something like that?
Well, the main reason I like the Custard Splat kit so much is because it was my first season. That's the first kit I actually saw us wear. I don't necessarily think it's the nicest kit we've ever had. It's certainly a different one. It's a talking point kit, but the main reason I like it so much is because it reminds me of like my first season. So I'll always have that kit to go back to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's the one when we got promoted like recently, like 5 years ago. It always reminds me of Luton at home. That game always stands out for me as that kit. I remember it was a boiling hot day. Like it was a really good game. There was a red card in it, and then that's when the keeper basically threw it in the net. I remember it.
Yeah.
Tim basically passed it to him, he threw it in the net. But
went through his leg.
That game, I always remember that game when I see that kit. That's the first game that comes to memory. I have no idea why. It was just one of them classic sort of like kind of, I guess, a bit of a it wasn't a derby as such, but they brought a big crowd. It was just a really good game. I think they were.
Well, they were going. They were going well as well, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were pushing playoffs. I think they were like floating about. I think they were actually in the playoffs actually, and obviously we were going for top 3. You know, because we won that day, we got 3rd, but then we obviously got over. But that game stands out for me in that kit.
I think those kits from that season were quite memorable because you think you had the 2 playoff games where you had Timlin smash his head open, and then the next game you had him scoring with the skull cap on, and that celebration, and then obviously the final with Pig scoring, and everyone going crazy in this kit. So it's quite a memorable kit, both the home and the away kit.
Yeah. Certainly that yellow one. That because like we won the playoff final in that yellow kit. That will always be a big one.
Do you remember the Port Vale game at home?
Yeah,
I think it was the last game of the season. They wore our 3rd kit, the red one.
Were we not both relegated then? What? Was that the season
I think they were relegated. They were
it?
Relegated. Yeah.
I do remember. I remember them turning up and wearing our red kit. But that's the only time I remember another team wearing our kit. There's been a couple of times where we've had to wear the away kit for different reasons, like the one we spoke about in the last one. We chucked the home kit in the crowd at Swansea, so there wasn't enough left, so I had to wear the away kit. That's amazing. Can you imagine the kit man during the week going, "What are we going to do?" There was another one.
I'm surprised.
Go on.
I was going to say, I'm surprised Luke Guttridge didn't throw his pants in there. He threw everything else.
I reckon he was close. I reckon I had to go and get him in. I was like, no more. I can't take any more layers off. And then we had, in the championship season, we had to wear an away kit when we played Plymouth because they rocked up in green. They brought a home kit, obviously dark green, dark blue. At night, wasn't going to work. Remember the Canvey one, which technically we were the away team, so we were right to do this. The Canvey FA Cup game. Do you remember that?
Was that the one?
Rootsall, didn't we? The first, is that right? The first one.
Canvey were the home team, and I'm pretty sure it got flipped just to get more people in. So we played it at Rootsall, but we were the away team. So I don't know if we got changed in the away changing room, but we certainly wore the away kit. We wore an orange kit. I'll always remember I was sat in the East Yellows, at the northwest corner where it kind of, the roof dips a little bit. It was absolutely pouring down with rain that day, proper tipping it down. The roof collapsed and all the Canvey fans were absolutely soaked because basically the rain was just sitting. It was sitting on the roof. The roof was doing this, just getting weighed down, and eventually it just completely caved in and it all got soaked. Magic.
I remember that game for one reason. That man there scoring that absolute belter.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he?
What a goal. I think that's what made me fall in love with him.
Is he your favourite ever player?
He's my favourite ever player. That is genuine. I was a kid. I was so easily swayed, and he was class. He was one of those ones that if he hadn't had the injuries, it'd have been mustard for us.
Yeah. Was that what it was? Did he get injured and that was it?
Yeah, it was his injuries that did it for him.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a shame. But I've got players like that where they're not everyone's favourite player. You get your classic ones like Adam Barrett, Freddy Eastwood, like Barry Core, Ryan Leonard, like more recently. But you can obviously understand why they're people's favourite players because they were really good for a consistent length of time and we had like success with them. But a player like my Scott Forbes in that sense, a player that I've always really liked for no really apparent reason was Mel Capleton. I don't know what it was. I just always loved him. Always loved Mel Capleton.
Yeah. He was a character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was funny. He helped me nick a ball once. He helped me nick a ball. I don't know if you saw it recently. Mark Beard shared a picture on Twitter of we played Leyton Orient about 1999. I think it was like it was quite recent because I think it was like on this day, 1999, and we beat them 3-0, and I think that ended up being enough for us to stay up. But it was packed. It was sold out. There was away fans in the home end, and the only way that we could get tickets was if I was Mascot. So there was me and one other kid with Mascot. That was the only way we could get tickets for our dads. So I'm absolutely bricking it. I was only about 9 years old. I might have been 10. Oh no, I was 9. Yeah, if it was 99, I was 9. And so I'm proper cacking it. And during the warm up, Mel Capel and helped me nick a ball. So basically, I basically ran over to my dad that was in the front row of the stand. I've basically just smuggled this ball over the wall into him. He's stuck it up his shirt. And yeah, I've done my normal little routine, come out, done the photo and the handshakes, ran in behind the goal and got my ball. Then we won 3-0. Do you know what? I have still got it somewhere. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but I never throw anything like that away. I always keep stuff like that. It will be in a box in a loft somewhere, but I've definitely still got it somewhere.
He was at one of them like South Empire events, wasn't he? Like this season or last season.
He was, yeah.
He should have brought it and got him to sign it.
Yeah. I do want to try and track him down because he was. I've got loads of pictures with him because back then I was a keeper. So I think that was the first sort of connection to him. It was, this is my team and this is my team's keeper. So I was idolising him. My first Southend kit was actually a keeper's kit. I know I said the Custard Splat was my team. Like when I first started watching, that was the Southend kit, but that wasn't my first kit. I think it was the same season. It was the goalie shirt from that year. It was horrendous. It was like a tiger print. It was horrible. Looking back now, it was horrible. But at the time, I was, I want that. I'm all over that.
But no, I'd quite like to see us go back to this colour, this shade of blue. Because the dark blue's doing me head in now. Well, I guess with Bespoke, it could be different. But in recent years, it's been so bad. I want to see it as a lighter kit.
Are you bothered about the away colour? Because I know some people don't like yellow and want to stray away from yellow.
No, I'm not too fussed. Really. I don't like red. I don't like red kits, so that would only be my. I wouldn't like a red kit. But...
See, I'm not that. I like it when Southend I've got a yellow away kit because I think it's the blues, the sea, the yellows, the sand. So it kind of fits the seaside sort of town. But I'm not that bothered. We've had nice away kits that haven't been yellow. Like one of my favourite away shirts we ever had was the championship season. That white and blue one. Thought that was really smart. So I'd quite like a yellow one, but I'm not that fussed if we don't sort of have a strict yellow identity in that sense. Like we could have a yellow one this year, we could have a white one the year after, we could have an orange one the year after that. So yeah, the away ones I'm not that fussed on. But I'm with Eve. I would like a lighter shade of blue, definitely, just for something different.
Mm.
Yeah, we have been very samey with the blue every season for the past sort of 10 years, really.
Yeah, and I know that obviously it's your home colour, so that it has to be the same. I'm not suggesting we go and get a red home kit, but we've had it before.
We could do a Cardiff.
Yeah. So we'd only be reverting back to something that we've already had. So it's not really a change. It's just going back a little bit. Like there's a bit of history there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the away kit for me, that's your time to change it. I feel like it stays so yellow, orange, white, whatever. Change that every year if you want. You know, that's cool. But I'd like to see us go lighter blue. I quite like with the white in it. I'm not saying obviously just copy this, but I like it. Sort of, it makes it stand out. Whereas these kits we've had recently, you play that in the dark, or you play that at night, you can't even see your teammates.
No.
I do think that's the thing. Like people might sort of scoff at that and go, "Nah, like you're sort of reading too much into it." It's bear in mind when you play at Roots Hall, we all know it's full of the bits. Let's put it as bluntly as that, because it is. So, like visually, it ain't the best. when we play an evening game, like in the winter as well, it's actually quite difficult to see all the players because like we're wearing dark kits. As soon as it starts raining, or as soon as someone even sweats a little bit, that shirt is basically black. You can't see it. You're the same as like the ref most of the time. Jazz it up a little bit. Bring back something a bit lighter. Definitely bring back something a bit lighter.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
all for it.
What about sponsors? What do you reckon? Would you go back to a sponsor or?
Yeah. It has to be the right sponsor, though.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it depends what's good for the club, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the prostate cancer one was brilliant. It's one of the best sponsors we've ever had.
Definitely.
For me, because Dan, who owns Trey Price Cars, is a friend of mine. I'd like to see them on the front because they're a local company. He's a Southend fan. I know he has talked about it. Obviously, with the current situation, it might put pay to that. But I'd like to see something like that. A local company like Insure and Go. They're a local company.
Well, that's what you used to have, wasn't it? Especially lower league football. It was like the local car salesman or whoever, the local IT firm, whatever. It was all local. But
I
don't know. I'd like to see, again, this is stuff I just mess about with for Football Manager. I've done ones where we've had like a home sponsor with Rossi's Ice Cream, the away shirt sponsored by the airport. That's what I'd quite like to see. Like a bit unique.
Is that a thing? Can you get different sponsors for different kits?
Yeah.
So there's nothing to stop the club doing that, saying, well, away kit, because you're gonna wear the home kit obviously a lot more probably.
Well, I think you'd have to do a deal so because a lot of teams have an away kit as a change kit, so they only wear it when there's a clash. Yeah. When obviously you've got the same sponsor. If you've got different sponsors, you'd have to say we're going to wear this away shirt every away game, unless there's a clash.
Yeah.
But we've done it before. We've had it before. Typical Southend. We did one. I remember being there for this. I don't know how. This was another time I was Mascot, actually. It was Boxing Day. Can't remember what year, but we were away to Torquay. And we flew down on Boxing Day morning. Flew from Southend on the same flight as the team. And then obviously flew back with the team. The kit, it might have been that season, the shirt you're wearing, but the away shirt that season was the orange one, sponsored by Wyndham Plastics. Remember that?
Yep. Yeah, that's it.
And we'd invited representatives of Wyndham Plastics to the game and wore the home kit, which didn't have their logo on it.
That is classic, isn't it?
Amazing. Only at Southend. That is typical Southend, isn't it?
I'm gonna admit, I actually don't think the Martin Dawn logo actually looks too bad on kits.
No,
I'd
agree.
When I see that, I automatically see so many kits in my head. If it makes sense, you know what I mean? It brings back memories. Yeah. Whereas other logos, you kind of look at it, you think that's a bit crap, really, isn't it? Or that sort of thing. So I think you've got to, like you say, the logo or the sponsor, you've got to choose it wisely. Almost, you couldn't have. Imagine the pizza on the front of this or something. It would just look terrible.
Remember the whole city kit with Flamingo Land on it?
Yeah, it's just so stupid. Like you've got to really pick and choose and wisely, I think. So, worst case, I think if you go back to Martin Dawn, it's not the end of the world. It actually looks all right.
I don't mind it. I like kind of a less is more kind of logo. It's a very simple logo. It's 2 letters, and it's clean. It's all one colour. So even if you have got to change the colour of it to match the kit, you can do that. You can't have, let's just say you've got a yellow and blue away shirt, but it's sponsored by a Mexican restaurant. So you've got white, green and red in the logo. It doesn't work. That needs to match. It definitely needs to match. And at least, with the Martin Dawn logo, you could do that. Even with the prostate cancer logo, you could do that. Because it was all one colour, and you could change it accordingly.
Yeah. Going on that, do you reckon they sought the sponsor before they design the shirts to make sure that the shirt matches the sponsor? Or do you think they just...
I think these days it's the colour of your money. It's like, if we let's get the best deal possible.
Mm.
I think it's come to that now. Which I'm sure this Paddy Power deal we've got is good. I'm like, they're a massive brand. A lot of people wouldn't agree with it because obviously people have their opinions on gambling and the way it's advertised, especially in football. But for the club, it's a huge company and a huge brand that the club got on board. So again, that's not their fault that people have sort of controversial views on
gambling.
It was a good deal for the club, so we're going to get it done. You can't take away from that. People are trying to do their jobs.
Yeah, no, you are right.
So, and when we're so strapped for cash, we've just got to take whatever we can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that was a very good deal for the club.
Yeah, definitely. What was it? So was it us, Macclesfield, Newport, and one other in it?
Huddersfield.
Yeah, that was it.
In this country, and they had Motherwell up in Scotland as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it was, as far as I'm aware, just those 5.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and I liked it. I liked the sort of marketing campaign behind what they were doing, sponsoring it, because as soon as you see a Football League shirt that's not got a sponsor on it, that's Paddy Power. You know, again, it's reverse psychology. You know it's them because you can't see their logo. It's very clever.
Yeah.
Very, very clever marketing. They smash it on the marketing every single time. But yeah, again, it's not their fault. We had a bland shirt.
Did you see the initial thing they came out with where they did the Huddersfield shirt with the Paddy Power sash?
Yeah,
that was amazing. That was amazing. People lost it over that. You can't do that.
They did, didn't they?
They actually got fined.
Did
for that.
Yeah, because they wore it in a friendly, didn't they?
Huddersfield actually wore it in a friendly, like taking the piss. They were like, we're going to wear it in I think they played Scunthorpe in a friendly. And then they come down on them quite hard, saying no, because even though you're not wearing it in the league, you have actually manufactured it and you have worn it, so we are going to fine you.
I know they auctioned the shirts off afterwards for charity.
Yeah, but you can't do right for doing wrong, couldn't you? They've had like a really good marketing campaign. Everyone fell for it. They come out and went, look, we're obviously not going to do that. Here's the real shirt, and they still get fined. And it's like, well, we can't win. So. But no, their marketing campaigns are brilliant. Brilliant. I'd love to sit in one of their meetings. They must have such a laugh deciding what they're going to do. It must be amazing.
Well, they do just take the piss, don't they? Like you say, they actually they sort of go through.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. What's your favourite kit ever of us? Like, genuinely, what is your favourite kit to look at?
Mine?
Yeah, go on.
Do you really need to ask that?
Is it genuinely the Custard Splat?
It is genuinely the Custard Splat.
I mean, fair play.
I absolutely love that kit.
Number one fan.
Like Scott, it was the first season I was going to games properly. I went to my first game in '94, but I wasn't really overly interested. I only started going in sort of the late '90s regularly, and then the progressive shirt that you were talking about earlier, that was my first season as a season ticket holder. But the Custard Splat was the one that stuck out for me, and I just love it. And it's a pain because I haven't got one in my collection.
No, I haven't.
I'm desperate.
We need to put a little advert out. That's what we need to start putting adverts out. They can supply it.
I'm not sure I ever had it. I'm not sure I ever had it.
Someone must have something in their loft that they want to get rid of.
I was playing in goal, so all I wanted was keeper kits. I was only interested in goalkeeper kits. So I'm not sure I ever actually had like my own Custard Splat shirt. Because as I said, I don't throw stuff like that away. I keep all my football stuff, and I've still got junk like this. So I'd like to think if I did have it, I would still have it. But yeah, if anyone's got, we'll have to tone the sizes down. So whatever size you are, chaps, take about 4 sizes off of that, and we'll try and track some down. So if anyone's got a couple of like extra large boys, small men shirts, we'll buy them off you.
Yeah, no. I think mine would actually be that kit I mentioned earlier, the '88 kit. 88 to 90.
I
just think that is such a good kit.
It is nice. Nice kit.
If that's the kit the retro kit we go for, I'd be over the moon with that, because I think it would. Whilst the Custard Splat would be great, it might not do well in terms of the income. Whereas I think a lot of people would actually go for that other kit.
I don't think it would.
A really nice kit.
Yeah, as much as we've like made a sort of almost a brand out of like the terminology of the Custard Splat, it certainly divided opinion. We got back-to-back relegations in that kit. It's not it's not one that is going to live long in a lot of people's memories.
Yeah. But, what about yours? What would you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, nicest one, or
no,
like
just
your
your
favourite one.
Your favourite one.
I'm actually going to say last season's third kit, that orange one. I love that.
Really?
Yeah, it's nice.
I really do love that much.
Yeah, I got that. I
love it. I love an orange shirt. I do love an orange shirt, and that was really, really smart, because that was almost bespoke. Almost.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people may not know this. This is potentially why it wasn't really available as a replica. The year before that, that shirt was Dundee United's home shirt, and it was bespoke for them. Season after, we've obviously managed to get our hands on some of the stock that they hadn't personalised, because obviously we put our own badge on it, sponsors, whatever. We kit it up to be our kit. But there couldn't have been that many, because it was only available to the team. And then you've obviously then got to keep some back for potential new signings. Shirts might get ripped, blood shirts, whatever. So that was why this season, when we weren't wearing it as an actual replica kit, it became available. Because we knew, we don't need these now. We can sell them. But that's my little sad fact of the day. It was Dundee United's home kit from, what would that have been? 17-18. So we had it as a third kit 18-19, and then we sold it as a replica 19-20.
Yeah.
We had an orange kit before
that's
that,
a nice
didn't we?
kit. We've had a couple. We had one.
We had the Amy May one, didn't we? With the,
is that 3 years ago? 3 years ago?
That was not. That was the Nile Ranger season.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot about that kit.
I was out in the Falklands at the time, and I was out over Christmas, and I got my wife to buy me one with Ranger 50 on the back. I was well excited to get it, and I got it, came out, put it on, and he scored that goal where he did the celebration with the machine gun. Right. So we used to play five-a-side every week out there, and I scored a goal and did that celebration with the shirt. And I'd made Ranger a bit of a cult hero out there, and then the shit I got after he got released, because we released him, didn't we? And I couldn't wear that shirt again while I was out there, because it just got so much stick.
Best one, though.
Yeah,
that is quality. That.
What about you? What are you going for?
No, I'm going to go for that 88 kit.
Oh, you still?
I hadn't seen it. Obviously, I never had it or I haven't got it, but I haven't seen it, and then the photos of it, and I just think that is an unreal kit. I think that I would love that to be next season's kit. If that's the route they're going down with the retro, and they're going to bring out an old kit. I'd love it.
Well, even they do it sometimes in the Prem, don't they? Where it might be like, we'll have a normal home kit, but then we might do a soppy day. We'll do a retro day where it could be first round of the FA Cup or something like that. And we're going to wear this retro shirt. Chelsea did it this year, and that was smart. Really, really smart. That.
Yeah.
And it was blue and yellow, funnily enough.
Yeah. So I like that combination, and I just think that's such a nice kit. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Those shirts go for silly money now. Did you see that 1991 high-tech shirt go for 142 quid the other day on eBay?
I wonder what you'll get in 20 years' time for these current kits.
I've got an idea.
Give them
away. It's a lot.
Precisely that.
That fur helm top, one of the lads on Shrimper Zone was getting rid of one. This was a fair few years back, and my mate bought it off him for 30 quid. It's probably worth 6-7 times
steal.
that now.
He stole it off him.
He did, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I need to try and get my hands on one of them.
I think they'll go for mega money. I think they'll be close to 200 quid if one comes up on eBay.
Yeah,
they probably will.
It's a shame. I think you're right. Yeah.
If you'll be able to tell if you've got like someone that's just flogging a shirt or if you've got a collector, because you'll be able to tell by the price. Like, as you were saying, yeah, your mate got lucky.
Yeah.
30 quid.
The problem is though on eBay as well is like I found with the Custard Splat ones, I've come close a couple of times, but then they get bought and then these dealers sell them for double the price that they bought them for. So they're actively searching for them and then marking up the price of them.
You can only buy one Southend shirt from history that you haven't already got to like put into your collection. What one shirt? I think I know what you're going to say.
I think it's easy for us. We all haven't got the kits we want, I think. So.
I know. Well, I have, because I've got that orange one.
No, the home kit for me would, I say, be that 88 kit. I'll think of an away one. All
right. I want to try and track down the. Well, to be fair, I have spoke to someone, but obviously I can't get it done right now because we can't socialise. But that purple one that we wore was the one-off home kit.
Polio.
Oh,
I want one of them.
That's a really good shout. It's not the only game we fucking won that year, right?
Yeah, I think we beat Walsall 3-0.
Yeah, we absolutely turned them over.
Yeah, we ended polio. So I want. I want that shirt. Kit.
My mate's got one of them. I don't know where he got it. I don't know where he found it, but he's got one of them, and I'm so good because I went to the game with him, and he was like, "No, I'm not getting rid of that." And I was like, "Fair enough," but it's a great.
Yeah,
kit.
I've got the polio shirt.
Have you got it?
You got it?
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
But right now, we've got the power to decide a home kit, an away kit, and a goalie kit. To build your kits. What's your home kit? What's your away kit? And your goalie kit.
Home kit's Custard Splat.
I'm gonna write these down.
I'm just trying to think of a really smart away kit we had.
Do you know what? I haven't actually got it, but I think last season's away kit in that light blue was really nice.
That was nice. That was smart.
I thought that was a decent away kit.
Yeah, see, I like the one you're wearing. I've always liked that one.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
It might be, like you say, because of the memories of it. Because we literally won at Wembley in that kit. But
what about the all white? The white away kit we had on the 2006 season, the 05-06 one. That was nice with the black.
Oh, the black sleeves.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That. I couldn't even tell you a goalie kit. I can't even remember after goalie kit.
One of my favourite goalie kits is it's shocking, but I just liked it, and again, it's a memory that sticks with me rather than the actual kit, and. I think it was 98, 99. I think I've told this story before, but we were playing Plymouth and it was actually my first ever away game. Nice local one. And obviously they play in green and Mel Capleton's goalie kit was green. So it was the first time I'd ever seen him wearing a different colour. And we wore a yellow goalie kit. Progressive Printing was the sponsor, which is ironic because the printing on it was terrible. If you're listening to this, you won't be able to see what I'm doing, but if you're watching it, so the shirt was yellow and the sponsor was a blue block and the Progressive was yellow through the block rather than just being like this, rather than just being cut out and a blue logo put on. It was a blue box slapped on a yellow shirt and the logo was cut out of the block.
That honestly sounds terrific.
But that's memorable for me because it was the first time I ever saw Mel Capleton not wearing green. So that's my favourite goal.
Honestly, if you can hunt that kit down.
Yeah, it might have been a one-off. I'm not sure he wore it again.
It must be a one-off. It must have been.
It was only for playing Plymouth.
I think the green shirts for goalkeepers were quite synonymous with obviously the success with Flahaven. He wore a lot of green shirts, didn't he?
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean,
that's
I think
what sticks out for me. The Flavs and the green shirt.
Yeah,
that's probably the earliest memory of a keeper kit I can think of, anyway.
Yeah, Bentley was always similar with orange, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
That white
but
one
they suited him, didn't they?
Remember the white goalie? Yeah. That was nice. You've got to be brave to be a goalkeeper and wear white. But,
it shows how good you're defensive at the end of it, doesn't it? If you come out playing, you defend yourself. So
what's that? What's that? A good defence?
Yeah. Where's it now? It's kind of black.
What's one of them? Yeah, just come off, be like, kit's brown.
Oh dear.
So yeah, what are we going for?
Yeah, Fraser.
What are we going for? You're going. So Matt, you're going Splat home kit.
Yep.
What's your away? I can't remember if you said
my away kit will be last season's away kit.
Sky blue one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Farms, what you're going? And
I'm going to go with that 88 kit. Now, for the away kit, I'm going to go that. It might be the memories, but I'm going to go for that yellow 2014-15 one. I just like the
playoff kit.
Armband and the playoff kit. And then the keeper kit, you kind of just reminded me, I'm not going to go Flavs in the grey. I actually am going to go Bentley in that orange. Because that was actually quite a smart kit when I think of it.
That was quite a smart one, that. Yeah, I'll go. I won't go Splat as the home kit. I want them all to be different. My goalie kit is that one. I'll try and find a photo of it. I will try and find a photo. Away kit, I'm going to go for last year's orange one. Home kit. What's my favourite home kit?
Capel himself might only have that kit. He might be the only one with that kit.
Yeah. To be fair, I'd keep. If I was the player and I knew that was the only one time I wore that shirt, I'd keep it. What's my favourite home kit?
We've had some decent ones. It's just in recent years, probably the last 15 years, it's been a bit. Apart from about 4, it's been a bit shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think a bit retro because, as you say, the most recent ones have been very boring.
I actually quite like the one you've got up on the wall there behind it, about 3 years ago. It's just quite plain. It's just got the white sleeves.
It's quite simple, yeah.
I think that's a really smart kit, and you've got the poppy as well. I like that.
It's signed by the team as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Decent.
That. I like that. Yeah, but it's a simple kit, that, but I just think it looks quite smart.
Yeah.
The white trim around it.
The white definitely helps.
Yeah. Without that, it'd be terrible.
Because we had the couple of seasons of just all blue, and it was horrendous.
Yeah, horrendous kits.
I'll tell you what I'll go for. I'm going to go. I've gone for a recent one. I've gone for my combo is the white and navy home kit from 2015.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah,
but again, I just think of Barry Core whenever I see that kit.
Yeah,
I'll go the orange one from last year as my away kit, and that yellow shocker for the goalie kit. I'd love to see Mark.
Got to get a picture of that.
I need to see that.
I'll probably be able to find the green one that we wore, and I might be able to tickle the colour a little bit to make it yellow to sort of show you what it did look like. But yeah, that was something that stuck with me from my very first away game. Can't remember the score. We probably lost like 4-0.
Oh, we definitely lost. No
Definitely.
way we did.
Definitely with Cable said in goal.
I'll tell you what I'll do with them things that we just said, the home and away kits we put together. I'll put them together and we'll do a Twitter poll. People can vote for which combo they think is the nicest. Which one you like to see as well. I think they're good. Do you know what? I think Eid might have it because of the 88 home shirt.
That home
shirt. Yeah, definitely.
Honestly,
I think you might win that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and you've gone for this as the away shirt as well, which is a great away shirt.
Yeah.
People remember shirts for the times, don't they? For the good times, and that helps.
And again, I think that will play into why this current shirt is so sort of such a negative vibe around it, because of everything that's gone on. Not only what happened on the pitch, but now like we can't even finish playing in it. We can't even get rid of this kit. This weekend should have been the last game of the season. It should have been done. Get that kit out my sight. You've never got to see.
Should have been the last game.
Yeah, it's today, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sunday, wasn't it? Who was supposed to be playing? Was it Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
Was it Shrewsbury? Yeah, it should have been the last game of the season today.
Oh, I think that's a bad trip down memory lane actually.
Yeah, as I say, we don't really know where we're going with these. We're just going to pick a topic and roll with it. Just try and have some fun, a little bit of nostalgia, and I think that went all right.
Yeah, it's been good.
It's pretty good. If you are enjoying them, please let us know. If you've got any suggestions, again, let us know. If you want to come on, let us know. This technology lark's quite good, and we can do it remotely. Had decent feedback on the first one, saying it actually sounded all right. So that's obviously good. We can keep doing them. But,
so here's a little shirt-related story then. So that season, obviously the 2005-06 one, Eastwood scored that belting goal, didn't he? You said it was one of your favourites.
We nearly forgot about this. Nearly forgot to mention.
So I decided, right, that's it. Eastwood's going to play for England. So I went out and I bought an England shirt, the red one, with Eastwood 23 on the back. And obviously he went on to play for Wales. So do you want to know where that shirt is now?
Have you still got it?
Is it next year now?
So that shirt, I obviously used to wear it quite a lot. And then I took it away with me. So I got deployed to Afghan, and again another shirt that I just wore and got the piss ripped out of me for it, because everyone that knows football were going, Eastwood, what, you mean the Welsh Eastwood? Like, oh, brilliant, yeah, okay. So I gave it to one of the local Afghanis. So there is an Afghani now walking around Afghanistan with an England shirt with Eastwood 23 on the back.
That is class. That is class.
That's amazing. My story.
I'd love to see you still got it.
Is a bit different. Again, it was in a different country. I was on holiday. I think I was in Lanzarote. It was Lanzarote or Cyprus, and it was the away shirt from that season, the white and black one. I had Eastwood on the back of it, and I just remember like walking through like the town centre one night, and like a little strip of restaurants, and just a looky man just calling after me like Eastwood. I didn't give it to him. Oh, I didn't swap my Eastwood shirt for a pair of big sunglasses.
for a pair of Roy Bonds.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
Should we wrap it up? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I enjoyed that. That
cheers,
mate.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
decent.
Yeah,
cheers,
just time fly.
And
no, you're welcome.
A free plug for Shrimper Zone. So if anyone's not on there, get on Shrimper Zone.
To be fair, I haven't been. There's nothing to talk about, really, is there? So obviously,
I've
not been on it.
I'm on about once a week just to have a look and see what's going on.
Yeah, see who's got
people trying to make things up, isn't it? Yeah.
Passes the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, nice one.
Right.
Nice one. Cheers for that, guys.
All right, mate. Catch you later.
Catch you later.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
See you, mate.